Do you need more confidence in yourself or what you're feeling led to create or change? Maybe it's change within yourself. Maybe it's something you're creating to help others. If so, stick around and find out how this week may bring you a boost of confidence that you need and maybe even a twist of clarity. Thanks for tuning in. This is Jessica Loper here for your weekly energy update for creatives. If you could take a moment to like this video, if you're watching on YouTube, that would be great. I appreciate it. Okay, so this week we kind of have some new chapter type of energy. If you're sensing this, let me know. So it feels, I'm trying to describe, it feels like we've kind of got some pieces of the puzzle, but the puzzle isn't done yet. We can't even quite make out what the puzzle even is, but we've got some pieces, so I may have a little more clarity by the end of this week, but it is a bit of that unknown. Okay, like how are we going to get where we're going? What is it that we need to focus on? And I'm getting that you just need to focus on the next step, the one thing. There's something you're feeling led to create or share this week. Maybe it's just a message or a post or something you need to journal on. Okay. Just what is the next thing you need to do? Let's see. Yeah, it is kind of hard to describe because I don't quite know what it is like for myself either. But it's just like, man, we're moving into something new. And I can feel it. Can't quite grasp it yet though. Okay. And I guess I'm just letting you know, like, that's an okay space to be in. It's part of the process. Just maybe accepting where you're at and that you don't always know everything, and that's okay. All right, so as far as moon phase goes, we are in the waxing phase with the moon in Virgo. So leading up to next week's full moon, and I should double check myself on that. I think, yeah. Okay, so mid next week. We have full moon next week on Wednesday, so the 11th. All right, so we're in our waxing phase, which generally speaking does require some patience. It's a time of realigning and just reevaluating. Okay, so beginning of this week could be a good time to reevaluate, just kind of see where you're at, get things in order. Are there things you need to schedule? It's something you need to kind of get out of the way to help you focus better. Set a routine for this week. What kind of routine do you want for the week? And that doesn't mean it has to be rigid. Maybe your routine allows for something spontaneous. Okay, maybe you're working some self-care into your routine. Okay, so routine doesn't always mean like go, 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 do, 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 do. We can kind of have that mix of going with the flow within our routine. Okay, so I think somebody needs that reminder. All right. Okay, so midweek we're going to be feeling some energy, and this is kind of where the confidence comes in. All right, that boost of confidence midweek. Okay, so just pay attention to your intuition, trusting your voice, feeling led to share something. Like if you felt led to speak up and share something, do it. Maybe it's just with a person one-on-one. Maybe someone asks you for some advice. Be honest. Give it to them. Give them the truth, Speaking up where you feel led to. If there's something that requires courage, like just do it. Do it. This is the time to speak up, communicate, share. For some of you, it could come through in the form of setting a boundary. Okay, so tap into that. That is going to be bringing in some more confident energy, like naturally for you. All right, so by the end of the week, we're going to be moving into a little more clarity. So you may start to have a sense more on your bigger picture. So it's okay if you don't know yet, if you feel like there's some missing information. Just trust that you are going to gain some clarity. There's just some things you need to move through and feel and get in order, maybe speak up on, that are just going to help you get there. Okay. So Sunday, Monday, Mercury and Jupiter are moving into the last degree of Gemini, and that is what's bringing in some of that clarity or reveal, if you will. All right, I'm not an astrologist, so I don't get like super into all the different planetary transits, but I do try and touch on it just a little bit for you. But you can definitely seek out some great astrologers that are going to get into super detail on, everything every day, where everything's moving. It gets a bit wordy for me. I'm like, I just want a general idea of the energy. I don't need all the specifics. So that's kind of the way in which I share as well. Okay, so I have pulled us some cards, and I pulled a card from The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. The card is Ten of Earth. Okay, so immediately this always brings us into that reminder of just grounding it in, like we are embodying what we've been moving through. So anchoring it into earth. Okay, and some of this can be around your sense of safety or security within, can definitely be around the physical, the material, finances, wealth, abundance. I guess I just feel like, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. What do you have that you didn't have before? Can you be grateful for where you're at? Maybe even just being grateful for something you were able to pay for. Okay, because the material world, it is part of the journey. Okay, so internal is important as well. So I think too, working with our nervous system, that's been coming up for me a lot lately. I'll probably start sharing more on that, just because it is something I have been paying more attention to and noticing changes within myself. It's really interesting. I started learning more about the nervous system a few years ago and kind of dabbled in it and worked with it. But like after a few months, I kind of like reverted back into a lot of old habits and energy, and almost like I kind of went backwards. Like I went forward a little bit with just changes in progress and having awareness around regulating my nervous system. And without even realizing it, I kind of like backtracked into old habits and patterns for a couple of years, actually. And it's like I was still aware of what the nervous system was, but I wasn't consciously working with it or paying attention to it. And it's been just within this past month that I've really kind of cycled back into it. And it's like it's different this time, because it feels like, oh, I kind of got a taste of this, like introduced to it, but it's like it wasn't time yet. Like I wasn't expanding in it. It was more just like a knowledge thing, but now it's more like an expansion thing. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's been interesting. It's like integrating it, right? Learning about it and starting to integrate more fully and making more lifelong changes instead of just like a phase. Not that it was a bad thing. Like it really was just like an introductory thing for me. And now it like feels different this time. Like it's more like an embodiment of what I'm going through. So I'll probably share more on that. Why did I start talking about that? Oh, okay. So we pulled the card Ten of Earth. Because I know what it was. I mentioned security within when I first pulled the card. security and safety from within. And I feel like that's a big part of the inner journey associated with this card. And that is one way in which we bring more into the physical, like we're expanding our capacity to be able to hold more. And that can include abundance, finances, health, knowledge. All right. So just take a moment to appreciate what you have, like the things you physically have and own. Or maybe not even own. Maybe there's things you just get to enjoy that are somebody else's, but you have access to it, being grateful for that. You don't necessarily have to own things to enjoy them, right? So either way, maybe it's both, okay? Yeah, just having some gratitude for that. All right, so and I also pulled one other card from the Essential Oil Oracle cards by Lisa Powers. Okay, and the Essential Oil card is Cassia. Okay, this is going to be a great essential oil to work with this week. Okay, this is the oil of self-assurance, bringing you confidence, some courage, valuing yourself. Okay, so if you're feeling called, I'd start working with this oil right away, and it's going to help you with those energetic shifts and bringing in the energy of feeling like you can do it. Okay, and if you're feeling called to do something, and some of you, you're feeling called to do something big, like these are big changes for you, these are big creations for you, and they affect other people, they affect the other people in your life. Okay, so, and maybe even some people that you don't even know yet. So, okay, so for this card, the trigger statement is I can't do that. And what it's helping us to shift into is the true statement of I am a light. Okay, so it invites you to step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. Even just being who you are is sharing your gifts. Okay, being yourself, being your true self. All right. So I think that is all I have for today. So if you're new to me, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're on Spotify, give me a follow, and I will be back next week for your weekly energy update. I'm also probably going to be putting out another video at some point this week, so like a video in between energy updates, so keep an eye out for that, and take care.